And then, although asking everybody if they can agree to having it recorded.
Mm.
Oh, I see.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I've agreed to that. So I'm assuming people can still hear me. So again, just a brief welcome to you all, and to introduce Marion, who's the founder of Career Avenues, and also to Danielle, who's one of the coaches. So we thank them this evening for putting on this presentation for all of us. It will be recorded, and I'll be speaking to the students tomorrow about the process beyond this evening as well. But Danielle will explain most of that anyway. So Danielle and Marion, over to you both. Thank you.
So thanks, Steve. That's great, and thank you all for attending this evening as well. Obviously, we're here to provide you with an insight into Career Avenues profiling, which, as you know, your child will be undertaking shortly. So I guess to start off with, I just wanted to give you some insight into who Career Avenues actually is. Career Avenues is a highly successful consultancy. We were founded in 1992, and we've developed the Career Avenues profile based on the Australian Blueprint for Career Development, using data gathered over the last 30 or so years. We currently work with about 60 independent schools across Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria. And essentially what we aim to do is provide a framework to help students identify the knowledge, skills and attitudes that they need to make sound choices and effectively manage their career decisions over the course of years 10, 11 and 12 and beyond. The profile is supported by an interactive online career action plan, which provides information and resources for students to explore potential career decisions and destinations over their high school years. So we will walk through that with you in the course of this evening. So essentially on the 13th of May, your child will undertake an exciting step in their career journey. They'll be completing the Career Avenues profile, as we've just said, is a guided kind of profile or program to help them explore different careers and who they are, and identify what matters.
Dan, you're muted at the moment. If you can just check your mute, sorry.
Sorry, I don't know how that happened.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, everybody.
And your screen, can I just say your PowerPoint's not sharing with us at the moment? I don't think.
Oh, okay.
It just fell out when I started the recording. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, hopefully everybody can see that now. Is that sharing?
I can't.
Yes?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so apologies everybody, that just dropped out when the recording started. So we do this in year 10 because this is when students start making important subject choices that can open doors to their future. So there's no pressure on students to decide on a final career at all. That's not what we're asking them to do at this stage. It's about encouraging them to begin exploring options and build their own self-awareness. So students complete their profile during a school session or at home if they can't attend school on that day. The profile looks at 4 key areas. So we cover personality, problem-solving skills, transferable skills, and career interest groups. It consists of 10 different items or activities that the students will undertake. Each one takes between 6 and 20 minutes or so to complete. And completing the profile helps them to see why some careers feel more interesting and appealing than others. And it gives a structure to what can otherwise be sometimes a confusing process of trying to identify those skills and interest areas and so on. Once the results are released, they can log on to our website, they can download a PDF copy of their report, and they can log into their action plan to start exploring different careers. So just to walk you through what the profile actually looks like, I'll touch on the 4 key areas. The first one is personality. This tells us the kind of work environments that they'll be most likely to enjoy and be engaged in. So when we're looking at the personality profile, there's 4 key dimensions that we ask them about here: ways of relating, ways of noticing, ways of deciding, and their action style. You'll see that for each one, there's 2 preferences for each dimension. The one that is blue will be the one that applies to them, or that will indicate their preferences for that particular dimension. We use the 2 dimensions in the middle, so ways of noticing and ways of deciding, to describe their primary orientation. A person's primary orientation describes how they make decisions, whether it's with their head or with their heart, and how they interact with information. Do they focus on facts or on ideas? This primary orientation provides the lens through which they will see the world and interact with it. And of course, it follows that that will have a key influence on the kind of careers that people will enjoy. So you can see from the slide here that there are 4 preference groups. So the realist, which focus on facts and decides with logic; the supporter, focus on facts and decides with a gut reaction or their emotions; the idealist, that focuses on ideas and decides also with the gut reaction; and the theorist, that focuses on ideas but decides with logic. So if your child is a realist or falls into that realist area, they will probably prefer careers that are based on facts which can be learnt and applied, where they can use logical analysis. Realists tend to prefer practical, realistic careers. They like to use proven experience and to work with details. They also enjoy using perfected skills. So these are some examples of the types of careers that might suit a realist. They include accounting, business areas, police, armed services, laboratory work, engineering, trades, and construction type careers, as well as computing and technology. Supporters, on the other hand, also focus on facts and details. However, they make their decisions using their feelings or their emotions, and they tune into the needs of other people. This means that they like to work with real and dependable information, but often in a practical environment, which allows for them to care and show consideration for others. They also generally like to work in a supportive team environment. Examples of careers which may appeal to supporters include teaching, especially early childhood teaching and primary teaching; healthcare, including nursing, occupational therapy, medicine, office and customer service roles, and hospitality type careers. Idealists also make decisions based on emotions, like the supporters. However, their focus is on the big picture and on ideas rather than on facts and details. They like careers in which they can help others grow and have plenty of room for communication. They like change and big picture planning. They enjoy motivating others as well. Careers that often appeal to idealists include teaching, counselling and psychology, journalism, medicine, therapeutic areas, and coaching. Theorists, the final area, notice the big picture too, but they decide with logic and analysis. This means that they tend to enjoy big picture problem solving. They look for possibilities and patterns. They like to analyze and strategize. They don't like too much detail, but they like the larger problems to solve. Theorists like to move on to the next challenge when the overall problem is solved, and they like to work with some independence and autonomy. Theorist examples or careers that they enjoy tend to include strategic planning, marketing, project management, psychology, medical areas, research, law or barrister, solicitor, and engineering. Hopefully you can think about your child's personality traits and see them in some of those category areas that we have just gone through there. So next up is the problem solving skills. So students sit through a number of different activities that are timed. So abstract reasoning, verbal reasoning, numerical reasoning, attention to detail, physical reasoning, and spatial reasoning. So we're trying to uncover where their natural strengths lie through these activities. And just to give you a sense of what each of these areas looks at, I'll just run through each one. The first one is obviously abstract reasoning. And this is really important when it comes to complex problem solving. It's important for areas such as diagnostic kind of physician, so working in medicine, being a pilot, systems analyst, just to name a few. The verbal reasoning is about analytical thinking using words. It is about being able to follow complex verbal arguments. And it's very important for careers that tend to rely heavily on language. For example, law, journalism, medicine, and psychology. Numerical reasoning is about complex problem solving with numbers. It's very relevant for careers which rely on complex mathematical calculations. For example, engineering, computer science, statistics, bioinformatics, and so on. And next, attention to detail is about how well you can notice the small detail of things and identify differences in a routine task. So it's important for office administration areas, air traffic control, trades, construction, and accounting type roles, where you're really focusing in on that finer detail. Physical reasoning is also known as mechanical reasoning. It shows how well you've understood and thought about the practical world that you live in. So physical reasoning is important for career areas such as engineering, trades and construction, environmental science, and so on. And lastly is spatial reasoning. This is about being able to imagine something that's represented in either 2D or 3D form and manipulate it in your mind. It's important for a whole range of design-related careers, such as architecture, fashion design, and a range of trades. The next area that we get students to complete is transferable skills. So transferable skills are the abilities that students already use that employers are really valuable. This activity is a self-assessment tool in which students rate themselves on a number of different areas. You can see the ones that we cover down there on the left-hand side. It's really useful in describing skills that students possess that are not academic and can also help guide them towards particular career areas. It's also really useful to help build their self-awareness of, just where their strengths lie in this area. Finally, we look at their interests, the types of work and career fields that really attract them. This is based on how they allocate their preferences in our career interest inventory, which is the final activity. So you can see the broad category areas that we ask them to prioritise using a multitude of questions. So that leads us to recommend some different career possibilities in line with their interests and their skills and their personality. And the second stage connects this self-understanding to the real world of work. So using our online resources, students can research their ideas in more detail. Learning how to explore careers for themselves and do that research is really fundamentally a life skill that they'll use again and again, and something that's valuable to be taught. So when they log on to our website and click on the next step in this process, it takes them to the career action plan. And essentially with this, students have 3 choices they can choose from, because this platform is designed to support them right across year 10, 11 and 12, and also beyond school. So they can continue using these tools right throughout that time. So the choices that they have to choose from, you can see here: choose subjects for year 11 and 12 and also explore different careers. The second option is choose a career direction and tertiary course options, or explore a change of career direction, which would obviously come much later. Given they're in year 10, we want them to start exploring careers and selecting subjects, so they would select that particular area. So this will bring up a new dashboard with a whole lot of tasks and activities to guide them through the process of exploring and researching the different career areas that they've nominated as being interesting to them. So each profile includes around 30 to 40 different career ideas that align with the strengths and personality and interests of the student, as I mentioned. Remember, the ones that come up here when you're looking at this with your child, they're not predictions, they're suggestions and conversation starters. So they really represent a starting point. They help students think about what appeals to them and why, and gives them some new directions to explore. Students can click on any of the careers that are in this area and watch a video and read about what that career involves. So it can be a very informative and educational process in itself. There are over 1,400 careers that are available to research through the website. So it covers a whole range of different areas, including areas that are in emerging careers. So we're continually updating and adding careers in to reflect what's happening in the world. The next step after researching the different careers through watching the videos is to look at some of the resources that are provided that helps them research a range of courses, and also find out information about subjects that might be important for them to select as part of their year 10 subject selection to enable them to go on and study these courses. Course Seeker is a really valuable tool in using that, as is the UAC, or the university admission site, which is what these ones refer to here for each state. Later on, students will need to make decisions about post-school options in terms of those courses and so forth. So they can come back and do this in a more in-depth way by selecting the second step in that career decisions, that directions that are being made. That will open up an expanded menu which guides them towards a well thought out decision. Students can continue to keep coming back to this process and to these resources over a number of times. So it's designed really for it to be an ongoing interactive process that supports them in an ongoing way. They just, to access this after school, they just need to make sure that they've changed their email address in their login details. So the final step in all of this process is that we as counsellors will be taking students, we'll be meeting with them individually in career meetings from the 11th to the 15th of June to introduce the profile to them and to show them the resources and help them understand the options available for them. So this will be conducted via MS Teams in a 25-minute meeting during school hours. Parents are able to observe if they would like to. They just need to obtain the link from your child. After that, there's a lot to research and a lot for them to think about, but it's all at their fingertips. So these resources are designed to help them access easily. Of course, Mr. Centra is there, the school careers advisor, to help along the way, and he'll be meeting with students, over the course of the coming year. Your encouragement as a parent or carer makes a huge difference to this process. So when you're asking questions, show interest in what they're telling you and help them to think critically about the different options that they're considering and how they line up with their skills and personalities. Give them the confidence to explore different opportunities and create, an exciting future that they can find fulfilling and engaging. So over the next few years, your child will return to the Career Avenues profile and to our Career Explorer exercises as they continue to research and refine their goals for life after school. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with them and with us, and for supporting your child as they discover their own career avenue. Thanks everybody for listening to that. Steve, did you want to add anything, or Marion?
No, nothing really, apart from just a thank you to all the parents and students who have logged on, and also to Danielle for that very thorough presentation, and to Marion for her support. It's a very exciting opportunity for Reddam, and this is just part of a journey, and hopefully, it'll be a really worthwhile journey for your young people to, just see where it takes them in terms of their future direction. I'm really excited by all those different ways of thinking and being, and like it's quite a thorough process. So I'm very excited by that too. So thank you, Danielle, and thank you to parents. And I guess Marion.
Yes, I just noticed a question in the chat about what are we doing about AI and careers, and that's a very good question. We've recently just added 40 new careers that are directly AI related to our database, and we are keeping an eye on the situation. I mean, obviously we can't predict exactly how things will go, but there are certain things that are going to be in quite strong demand. So we certainly put those forward for students to consider. And we do note career areas where it may become more difficult to get roles in certain areas as well. So our counsellors are kept up to date as much as we can do on that one. And we're constantly updating and adding new videos to our database. So when the students do their research into the ideas we'll give them in their top 3 interest areas, through the website, when they work on their action plan, they'll have videos to each one so they can have a really good look at them. So that's always being updated, or it's interested in parent feedback because you're in the workforce to help us with that as well. Thanks.
Okay. It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Mm.
All right. Well, that's probably
and
it.
Steve, the recording, how do you want to deal with that to make it available to people who might have had to come in late?
I guess they can what's the best
Well-
way? Reach out to me, and then
All right, I'll send
will
you
you
a
send me
link,
a recording
a
of that?
link. Yeah, I'll send you a link, and then perhaps you can send it out to your parent group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if parents heard that, if you want a recording, or if there's anyone that has missed out on this presentation, let me know, and we'll forward the recording.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Julie, Amanda, and Raymond, are you still in there? Raymond, Lynn, are you still there?
Perhaps I can just leave.
Yeah,
Can
we can
we?
just leave.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Dan.
Okay. Thanks, Marion.
Thanks.
Thanks for your help. See you.
Okay, bye. I'll send you the link.